Hey everybody, welcome to day 9. So I have some notes here because I felt it was imperative that I have these notes on this particular day because I wanted to, one, be able to explain the power of what I'm going to talk about, as well as make sure that I don't leave anything out. So day 9 has a significance for me. As we talked about in day 6 and so forth, I was giving you these specific numbers, like these different individual numbers that basically are your internal personal numbers that give you some guidance, some direction on where where your soul is. And so that's if you believe in it. I'm just a person that definitely believes in the power of numbers because I believe everything equates to a number, whether it is materialistic, yourself personally, your birth date, the time in which you were born. Everything to me shows that means a lot of significance. You see tons of numerology in the Bible. Just everything references a number. So on day 9 holds some significance because it is considered my destiny number. And when I tell you this is so deep, this is deeper than deep. And this is actually, if you remember on, I believe maybe it was yesterday, I talked about how you have puzzle, right? Where you grab each corner in order for you to build your puzzle, right? So what if you were given each one of those corners, and then each one of those corners basically fills in the pieces to make your full puzzle? So day 9, your destiny number, it is, let me just explain to you what destiny number is. This is powerful. You possess unbelievable potential for the inspiration of others. It is my destiny. My destiny is, it's a number that you are born with, and it is associated with what you universally love. And it broke it down, like I told you before, when you, in the book, I have the calculation for you to figure out what your destiny number is. But what I said to you is that what it does is it gives you some information, maybe some things that you were not aware of, that maybe you are still, I don't care how old you are, you could still be questioning what you should be doing with your life. Are you fulfilling your destiny and different things like that? I've talked to friends, and I mean, they work and collect a paycheck, but they still kind of feel like there's something, like something's missing, something should be happening. And I believe getting this information kind of provides a path along the way. So this destiny number thing is deep. So when it talks about your career, right? So when I looked at it and I researched it, a person with a destiny number of 9 should be a career in finance and journalism. So I laughed. I thought this was like the funniest thing ever, because I said I've been 20-something years in finance, and I've been about 4 years now in journalism and media. And I just couldn't believe it. I just was like, this is crazy. But one of the things, like, that's why I said, what if, you were given this at birth? Like, what if this was explained to you that here is some internal information based on the time and date in which you were born, that this holds your destiny? What if you were given this? Would you have taken this serious? And would you have said, well, based on what my destiny number is, I'm going to follow my life path? And it would be interesting if you actually did figure out your number, and just, for information's sakes, or just for fun, look to see if you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because what if you recognize something in this that you never thought would be, and then you attempt to do it? How different your life would be. So one of the things that I thought was very, very interesting with a person with a destiny number of 9 is the way we approach love. So I wanted to read some of this to you because I laughed. It could not be more true. It could not have hit the nail on the head any more than what it did. And that's why I tell you this is, it's powerful. Like, it is so powerful. It says people with this destiny number of 9 are smitten by the idea of love. We love being in love. But what's funny for me is that in all my 49 years on this earth, I've never been in love until recently. It took me 49 years to understand and feel the theory of being in love. Not, you can love a lot of things. Hell, I love pizza. But like, the internal feeling of actually being in love has just happened for me in this past year. But it's interesting because the love we have for our children, the love we have for our parents is different. But when you're in love with someone, it is extremely powerful. But a person with a life path number, a destiny number of 9, we are smitten with love. We are attractive and have an extreme sex appeal. We have many admirers and many mates. Our love life seems to be hectic. But once we've made a decision on someone, we are loyal and we are devoted to that person only. A relationship with a 9, this is so funny. I can't help it, but this is it's very, how do I say it? A relationship with a 9 is pretty exciting. This is so true because of what I'm going to tell you, what it says about a person with a life path number of 9 and being in a relationship with them is that they need passion and excitement. And I laugh because this is something I've expressed in my current relationship is that I need excitement and passion. And I laughed when I saw this. So what's interesting about this is that when you take this information, it'd be interesting. What if you figured out your mate's destiny number and how much it would tell you about the way in which they need to be loved? That would be quite interesting. They say, for us, romantic gestures go a long way. So true. So true. It says, we have a funky feeling if we feel that if we're giving ourselves and giving a lot of love, that we feel funky when it's not reciprocated. We're very emotional. Number 9s are very emotional. And they say expect a bit of drama now and then. Yeah, I'm going to agree with all of the above. What they also say about individuals, male or female, about the destiny number 9 is that we are very particular about how we look and we care about how others see us. That explains so much for me. It explains why it's like a double-edged sword. I'm in this career of social media and so forth, and I care about what people think, even though I should brush it off and not. But I do. I actually highlighted something because I felt it was extremely important, is that you will get, they tell me that in my life, I will get to a point in my life where I will be given several possibilities and simultaneously they will all come at one time. So I'm going to be fluttered with all these opportunities and things to have that will change my life. I got chills when I read that because I believe this is my year for that. You know, I told you I believe in the theory of ask, believe, receive, and I'm asking for this 2019 to be my year. And I see how things are playing out. It's so funny because they say number 9s are some of the world's best geniuses. We have the ability to gain power to change the world. How nice that would be. How prevalent it would be when you look at why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, how you know, this could be something far beyond anything I've ever imagined. You never know. We're great organizers. We love chaos, and we live for the moment to be able to fix it all. So it's like it's funny because like I've said before where I want others to fix it, but I also said that, you know, the problem with wanting others to fix it is that I don't want to turn it over, right? That was part of the fear day. Us number 9s want perfection, and we rather do it ourselves. So what if it is just in our nature that is who we are? So therefore, if we had this manual, if we had these days and these numbers that equal corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, and corner 4, then it's almost like looking at the puzzle at the front of the box. And they already know they are pre-exposed to what each one of your corners are. So if your destiny number is 9, all they would have to do, anyone that is in your life would just have to go through a reference and say, okay, I understand how this person needs to be loved. I understand how this person has their passion for their career. I understand how they deal with chaos, and I understand how they love. And what's interesting about this is that by you doing this yourself, for yourself, you may have the ability to recognize something within yourself that may explain a lot about what is happening in your life currently. You know, what if these 4 corners are your book of life? Would you listen? You know, what if this tool was given to you so that if you are considering being with someone in their life and you said, hey, you know their birth date, right? You don't even need to know the time at which they were born. You could take someone's birth date and figure out each one of these numbers and just get a deep look within them and have a conversation with them. Have a conversation with them and see if this plays out how you think it is. Like, I mean, you know, I've not done this for my man, but I'm going to, because I think some little discrepancies that we have, this may help. I truly believe that there is a destiny for all of us, and sometimes we just don't know what that is. So if you could take, just what if you take the day in which you were born, converted into a number, and looked at it and read about it and said, holy crap, maybe this does mean something. You know, in our lives, we get callings and sometimes we ignore them. But sometimes if you have something concrete, a piece of paper that you can reference and you can say to yourself, whew, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should. Maybe I should consider what this is saying and see how I feel if I even just tackle one thing. You know, one thing about a person, and what's interesting is that each one of my corners has all tied into the same thing. Each one of my corners all tie into me changing the world. It's very profound for me. Each number ties into me wanting power and wealth to do good, not to do bad, but to utilize that platform as a means to make a difference. What if? So I'm going to tell you what are your framework for your little homework for day as we approach and finish day 9. Corner 1 is your life path number. Corner 2 is your soul urge number. Corner 3 is today your expression number. And corner 4, we have not gotten to, that is on day 22. It is your master number. It is your master number to your entire life. So what if your life consisted of 4 corners, 4 chapters, and that's all you needed in order to make a huge difference in your life? You know, doing this process, I've come to the conclusion that I've gotten a lot of answers as to why I feel certain ways about things, why, you know, because sometimes I would sit back and say, you know, like, why do I feel this way? And I think when you go through this and you feel this internal urge to go after the gold, go after it, go after things that you want, and then you have others that really don't care. They could care less. They just want to go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to bed, go home, you know, do this hamster wheel. I have this internal burning desire to get off the wheel. So what if you all share with me in that same theory of getting off the hamster wheel, what if this was your ticket off? What if? What if